Hi everybody, welcome back to Project Happy Home. For those of you who are new here, I'm Tanya, a doctor lawyer turned homeschool mom of 3 kids ages 9, 5, and 4. In today's video, I'll be talking about the main curriculum resources we use for my 3rd grader in his vocabulary studies. Now, if you've watched my channel in the past, you know that I am not a fan of traditional vocabulary curricula, mainly because I find them incredibly boring. And also because I think that vocab is best absorbed in a contextual manner where you see the words in context in a story. However, I also think that anytime you have the opportunity to combine a subject area topic like vocab with one of your child's passions or natural inclinations, the learning is that much more easily absorbed. And my son happens to love doodling, so when Timberdoodle offered me the chance to review 101 doodle definitions in exchange for my honest review, I jumped at the chance. So I'll be going through this book, the Firefly Junior Visual Dictionary, as well as Marie's Words, which are our 3 main vocab resources. The first resource I'm going to be talking about today is this book, 101 Doodle Definitions by Deborah Zemke. As I mentioned, Timberdoodle offered this in exchange for my honest review, and we have been loving it so far. It is part of their comprehensive 5th grade curriculum package, and it's also offered on their website as an a la carte item. So if you, like me, have a son or child who is advanced in vocabulary, you can go ahead and get this no matter what grade they're in. Now, my son is in 3rd grade but has relatively advanced vocabulary skills for his age, and so this has actually been perfectly on point for him. The book goes through 101 of the most common words that are used in standardized tests, for example, the ACT, SAT, etc., and combines learning the definition with doodling the meaning of the word. The idea behind the book is that if the student doodles the definition while they learn the new word, that information, that linkage between the word and the definition will be cemented in their brain. And so far, my son and I have been really enjoying it. To give you an example of the theory behind the book, here they illustrate the picture for perspective. So you're seeing this boy from this bug's point of view, and it gives you a way to remember perspective. It goes in alphabetical order, and each page is illustrated in this way, where you have basically the sample illustration, the part of speech the word is, the meaning of the word, and then an example sentence. And then it goes through a stepwise description of how the student should be drawing the page. And then down below you can see my son's illustration. He actually related it to The Hobbit, which I thought it was really cute. And so there's the dragon burning up that town. And then the next word you see here is adhere, and you can see his little picture, but it does help them very much to remember the word. Here's another word that we have done so far, adversary, and it illustrates on the field, Tom was Tim's biggest adversary. Off the field, Tom was Tim's best friend. And then you have to illustrate the picture. And he really enjoys this, one, as sort of like an art break from, more rigorous bookwork, but also as a way of just learning new words. I really like that it's 101 words. It's very contained, and he feels like this is like more of a fun activity than a lesson per se. The book starts with Acme, as you saw, and it ends with Zenith. The book also ends with a few bonus words, so agility, domicile, zephyr, and a few others, where they don't give you a sample illustration. They simply ask the child to create their own sentence, start the doodle with the first letter of the word, and then create their picture around that. That is something I actually forgot to mention. All of the doodles start with the letter that begins the word, so that makes it easier for them to remember. And I'll just show you a couple of other illustrations. Just seeing the illustrations is very helpful to remembering the definition, even without drawing it, honestly. So I very much enjoy this book, and so does my son. The second resource I wanted to tell you about is this one, and it's Marie's Words, Picture Words in a Flash. I learned about this from the blog notbefore7.com with Mary Wilson, and Marie's Words include a box with 550 picture words and over 3,000 synonyms and antonyms, etc. Now the box is arranged in alphabetical order, and each of the cards comes with a hole punch in the corner. So you could put these on a ring if you wanted. The front of the card has a picture illustrating the word. So here you have a bait, and you can see how the graphic illustrates the definition. And then on the back, you have a number to the card, so in case someone overturns this box, you're still okay. You have the word, you have the pronunciation, the definition, the part of speech, a sample sentence, some synonyms, and some antonyms, and every single card is formatted in the same way. The last card here is wizened, and you have the little picture there, and again you have the definition, the part of speech, a sentence with it, synonyms, and antonyms. I really love how interesting the diagrams are and the pictures are, and how the image sort of immediately gives you the meaning of the word. Like here you have impervious. I like how I have the option of putting it on a ring. Right now what we do is we put them in a little clear display board. So just to show you a few more, here's wary, winsome, so they put hand right in the middle so that you remember it. Wistful, so they put the H there, wish, you know, and there's wizened. And so it gives you a really good way of just visually remembering the word, and my kids have been picking up on these vocab words really easily. The box mentions various different tests that utilize a lot of these words, and apparently there is also an app available, which I had been unaware of, so I haven't checked that out yet, but they say it's available on iTunes and on Android phone. The way we've been utilizing these cards is to simply take a card, add it to our display board with our art card for the week, etc. As the children master the word, I return it to the box and add a new word. And so by the end of the week, we've generally gone through at least 3 to 4 words. Another really fun game I have heard of using these is just to give points to your kids, or congratulate your kids, or make some sort of game where if the child can use the word in a sentence at any point during the week, they get a little point or a reward or something, so that no matter how they use the word, whether in a silly way or in a real way, so long as they're using it with the correct definition, they get a point. Other things I've heard of doing is writing the word of the week on the bathroom mirror so the kids see it immediately when they wake up and they have a little reminder, etc. You could also do a little bit of nature journaling with the words, like vocab journaling, where they have to create their own picture, very similar to what they do in 101 Doodle definitions. Overall, I really love this box of vocab cards, and I think it's a great thing to invest in for the duration of your homeschool experience, because it's useful from kindergarten all the way to the end of high school. And last but not least is the Firefly Junior Visual Dictionary, and I do not mean in any way that it has to be the Firefly Junior Visual Dictionary. I picked up this book from a library book sale a long time ago, and this year I put it out in our morning basket bookshelf. We don't really have a basket, we have a bookshelf because we have too many books. But I put it out because we can use it for so many different things. I really like visual dictionaries, and this is one of the best ones I found, partly because the pictures are so beautiful and it truly is a visual dictionary. There aren't that many paragraphs or sections of text. It's really very picture heavy. So here you have a section on fruits, and if you were going to do a study on stone fruits, here you really do have a beautiful illustration for the sectioning of an apple. It's great for nature study, obviously, as you can see, but it also teaches a lot of vocab. When you look at a picture, you can see like peduncle here, you can see stamen, you can see exocarp, endocarp, mesocarp, words that children might not be exposed to in the average, like, you know, novel or book. Again, here you have melons. You can really show a kid what is the difference between a honeydew melon and a cantaloupe. I have never heard of a muskmelon. This is a new word that I'm learning right now. And this one goes through all sorts of different sections. So here you have like the exterior of a house, you have different rooms, you have different appliances in a kitchen, household equipment. Here you have a whole section on hydroelectricity. Again, these are words that you might not see very often, like penstock and tail race, and I don't even know what that is, but I'm sure my son does because he spends a lot of time looking at this book. Caravan parts, airplane parts, instruments and guitar parts, different types of instruments like a sax horn. While a lot of these words are more like nouns, it is another way of exposing your child to a lot of different vocab in a way that makes it really easy for them to remember and relevant. So I really love this book. I think it's really pretty. I think it goes through a huge variety of topics and information, while also being really simple and easy to look at and easy to digest. So here you have different types of trees, different environmental concepts. A compass rose and maps, suitcases. You even have musical notation here. So if you are looking for a good visual dictionary, I definitely recommend this one. I think it does an excellent job of going through a huge variety of topics, even signage, and there is an index should you be looking for one thing in particular. The Milky Way, comets, the planets. Now, obviously, the book is a little bit older, so Pluto hasn't gotten kicked out yet. So this is basically what we're doing for vocab and what I expect to be doing for vocab for a very long time. I love incorporating visuals into vocabulary study, and 101 Doodle Definitions does an excellent job of that. So again, I will link the Timberdoodle link for this book down below, as well as their link for their entire 5th grade curriculum package if you are interested in that. Timberdoodle, by the way, has a great array of products that I have really enjoyed. If you are starting out homeschooling and you want to find a huge plethora of really good resources, I definitely recommend timberdoodle.com because they have so many great learning aids and learning games, especially if you are an eclectic homeschooler. Don't forget to check out my links down below, and thank you Timberdoodle for sending me this for our review. We will definitely be using it through this year and probably the next as well. As always, you guys, I hope this was helpful to you, and I wish you the very best day.